What's going on, good people? So I'm going to bring you a quick little series. This is going to be on the fly, on the go, not a whole lot of editing, but I'm going to show you how the lawn is progressing through this second heat wave of the year. So we already had one previously, and we've survived that pretty good. The downside now is that we're further into the drought. We're probably almost 2.5 months without measurable rain here at my place. So trying to keep up with it is a struggle right now. So I'm gonna show you, we're now day 2 of our current heat wave. Yesterday was 96 degrees. Today I will confirm the numbers and I'll put it up here on the screen. But right down the road in the truck driving home, it said it was 105. I know I checked it at some point today and it was showing that it was around 102. So I'll confirm that number, but those are the temperatures that we've been seeing. Let's see how the lawn has been performing. And the other part of that is we haven't had a bit of cloud cover. It has been beaming hot sun all day long. So let's check, see how the yard is doing. We're gonna do the entire yard. I'll show you the front yard also, which is actually looking worse than my backyard. All right, let's get into it. Overall, this is what the lawn is looking like. And we'll start walking through the lawn and showing you the different areas. So first area right here, boom. You can see the amount of heat stress that we've got in here. The leaf blades are definitely needling. You can look at those and tell it's stressed. It is stressed, struggling, and dry. This is one of my struggle areas that I know of. Definitely has some compaction through here, a lot of tree roots and things like that, a lot of debris in the soil. This area here always struggles, but it's already showing signs of that. My next area, which I also tend to continue to have issues with, is right along this edge, right here. This is a part of the full sun area that, as I posted the picture yesterday, you'll be able to see where the shade line is. Even back here in the back, even if you look over, you can see those dark areas right there, which is one of the shadier areas. You can definitely see the heat stress in it, even from this distance. You can tell it's dry. It needs water. Again, you can see it back here right along the edge. I did not water the entire lawn. The entire lawn has not been watered. Tomorrow will be its 3rd day. So I'll get water on it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be its normal irrigation cycle. But this center section out here, that's pretty doggone good. I'll take that. I have 0 complaints about that at all. Looking at the majority of the lawn, it's looking pretty good. The grass blades actually feel a little crunchier than what they typically do. This is the area here that gets the longest amount of full sun. This area back here, or up here rather, doesn't go shade cover until probably 6 or 7. So it's basically from sun up to just about sundown, sunset. It is full sun. And again, that area tends to come all the way back to about right here where I'm standing at, which is kind of middle of the road of the yard here. And looking at it, not too bad, but I've got my localized hot spots that have always been there, but they just continue to pop up and they continue to show itself given where we are in there. So area here, that's permanent die off. That area is done. So that's one of the areas that this area just continues to grow the further and further we go into it, as I just try to keep up with the watering on it. But that's just one of the things. These 2 areas here are new, especially this one. And you can see things are just crispy. So this area here definitely feels fairly crunchy, even with water on it this morning. Another area over here, this is actually where I had a little disease pressure that was in there. You see that shape of that? Yeah, it's a dollar spot in that area. But given full sun, the amount of sunlight that it gets, can't complain too much about this area here with all the sun and with the heat that we've experienced. As we step through the back of the gate to the front, this is what we're looking like in the front. Again, definitely at a higher height of cut here in the front yard. This area here, not looking too bad. And then we've got this spot here that I cannot figure out what's going on with it. And with the heat, it continues to not grow, but get worse in condition, even with additional watering in that area. So I've got that spot, and then I've got the same type of spot here in the front. Those are my two main trouble areas here in the front. Other than that, front yard is just hanging on for dear life, to be honest with you. Doesn't look terrible, but it's struggling. It's struggling, especially as you look at it. You can see that big spot, and then you can see this big spot. And then along here on I haven't done my edges. I haven't edged it intentionally because we've just been hot, dry. There's no point in trying to edge. And here you can see the heat stress. You can see the heat stress that's there. And then as we walk and we look up, you can check out the corner right there. It's stress. Leaf blades have needled. They're pretty much needled up. And looking at that, not really in a good situation here. Actually, this part is recoverable. My other two spots that are pretty much brown, not so much. Then we come over to the OG test plot, and that's what this is looking like. That's about where my irrigation actually stops. I don't get very good coverage up there, and I intentionally haven't watered that. But this is what the OG test plot is looking like. This is also cut at 1.5 inches, and this actually gets full sun, like for real full sun. This is where my irrigation coverage stops, and you see what happens. I also have the Bermuda that I killed off earlier in the season, and I told y'all that it would come back. It is coming back with a vengeance. And you can see here, 1.5 inches. My neighbor's cutting probably 3.5-ish. Both of them toast. You can also see the common Bermuda that is thriving and trying to push in. I've always had common in this area that has come back since I renovated this area. But we got something coming for this. But that is how the OG test plot is looking. So that was the walk around the lawn, day 2, heat wave number 2, probably the hottest temperatures that we've had here in Maryland in a long time. I think the main thing right now is we haven't had rain in 2.5 months. I think if we've had more rain, more consistent rain, or just some rain, I think the lawn would be faring a lot better than what it is. Second thing is, I believe this really shows where my attention has been, which my attention has been on the backyard, not so much on the front yard. So my front yard actually is behind on the watering, behind on the feeding, behind on all the cultural practices that I should have been doing, but I just wasn't keeping up with the front yard. And I think now it starts to show when the struggle comes, when you hit that fourth quarter, when you haven't been putting in the work and the practices that need to be in place. Now that shows where I've been doing it back here in the back. I I think that's just a key sign and a telling evidence of why the difference is there in the front and the back. So we'll bring it back to you again tomorrow. The plan going forward is the entire yard gets its normal irrigation cycle tomorrow, and that will be on Wednesday. Thursday, we're supposed to get some chances of rain, but it's been the same forecast for the past 3 weeks, and we haven't received an ounce of measurable rain, even with it being in the forecast. The next thing is going to be, I'm going to stay off of the lawn. I'm not going to be trying to cut it, not going to try to put any applications or anything down. The only thing it's getting is water. And at this point, the front yard is going to get enough water to keep it alive and not die. And I'm not trying to bring it back, because at some point, when is it economical or even environmentally the right choice to make to continue to try to keep it going? So I'm almost at the point in the front yard of letting it go and letting it go dormant, and I can show you all how it responds and bringing it back, and if you're going through that same experience. So I'm almost at that point. Not quite there yet, but getting close. So that's this one. We're going to wrap it up, bring it back to you tomorrow with some more results. We're supposed to be forecasted to be another 99. Today it was actually 100 in the forecast. We're supposed to be 99 tomorrow, and it'll probably be hotter than that. So bring it back to you, let you know what we're looking like. All right, peace out.